Hi and a very good day. So, my name is Norashiki Metirosan and this is my individual presentation of MAE572. So, I'm going to start my presentation with a problem solving question and I got question number 2. So, let's take a look at question number 2. Before we take a look at the question, we need to know what are the stages in problem solving. So actually, we have four stages in problem solving. Number one is to understand the problem. What is the unknown or the condition? Is it the condition sufficient to determine the unknown? What are the data? Or can you draw a figure? And station number two is to devise a plan. Have you seen it before? Do you know a related or analogous problem? You need to obtain a plan of the solution. Number three is carrying out the plan. Carry out your plan and then check each step of the question. And then number four is to look back. Now we move to station number one, which is to understand the problem. So let's take a look at our question, which is question number two. Find the number represented by the question mark. As you can see, all the number has been filled except for the number inside the box that has the question mark in it. So based on this, we know that we need to find the number that are reasonable in the question marks box. Stage number two is to devise a plan. So we have actually seven methods to devise the plan. Number one is guess. Number two is to act it out. Number three is draw. Number four, make a systematic list. Number five is logical reasoning. Number six is look for the pattern. And then lastly is look backward. Continuing in our devising a plan stage, now let's take a look at the bottom number. The bottom number must be the sum minus multiple or divide of the total number. Why? Because the number in the bottom is a small number. So it cannot be that all of this is the sum of the number. It must be sum minus or even multiply or divide. Now, moving to a possible solution number one. To get the number at the bottom, sum of the first row minus by the sum of the second row. Let's take a look at 9 plus 6 minus by 1 plus 6 is equal to 8. As we can see, 8 is not equal to 6. So, this strategy is rejected. Now we move to possible solution number 2. To get the number at the bottom, sum of the first column must be minus by the sum of the second column. So 9 plus 1 minus by 6 plus 6 is equal to negative 2. And as we can see, negative 2 is not the same as 6. So this strategy is also rejected. Now we move to possible solution number 3. We have already used plus and we also have used minus. So let's try with multiply or also divide. So we see the number in every row as a one number, 96 and also 16. We already used add and minus. Now we try by dividing because if you multiply it, it won't get a smaller number. So we try dividing the first number with the second number, 96, divide by 16, and then we get 6. As we can see that 6 is also the number at the bottom of the box. So this strategy might be correct, but we need to test our hypothesis. So we move to the next step. So now we carry out the plan. 96 divided by 16 equal to 6. 72 divided by 18 equal to 4. So we have know the pattern, which is the first number divided by the second number, and then we get the answer at the bottom of the box. So we look back at the pattern in the stages 4 and then we see the result. So as we can see, the pattern is that the first row divide by the second row. So now 84 divide by 14 and we get 6. So the answer is 6. Now we move to the second part of this presentation, which is Sudoku. Okay, so now I will show you on how to answer Sudoku number 2. So as we all know, in Sudoku, you need to fulfill number 1 until 9 inside the box. But each row and each column, you cannot have repeated numbers. And also in each box, you cannot have repeated numbers. So you only need to fill one number in each row, column, and box. So now, this is row. And this is column. So we take a look at the box of the row. So now we identify which are the repeated numbers. As we can see, 5 is our repeated numbers. We have 5 in this box and also 5 in this box. So, as I mentioned just now, each row cannot have the same number. So, we already have 5 at the bottom and in the middle. So, in this box, the number 5 must be in the first row. But carefully, because we need to look at the column. So, in this column, we have number 5 right here and also number 5 right here. So, we need to erase the number 5 right here because it is same with the number 5 in this box and also in that box. So, our number 5 must be in the middle. So, now we take a look at another repeated number, which is number 9. In this box, we have 9 at the top. And in this box, we have 9 at the bottom. So, inside this box, we must have number 9 at the middle. But if we look at the column, we don't have any number 9. So, we don't know which one is our number 9. So, we erase it. And we write number 9 small at the top of the box. Because we need to know that is number 9. Okay. So, no other repeated number in the first column and the first row. So, now we take a look at the second row of the box. So, as we can see, our number 2 is the repeated numbers. We have number 2 at the bottom and number 2 at the top. So, in this box, the number 2 must be here, here, or here. As we can see, in this column, there is no other number 2. So, we don't know which one we need to put number 2. So, we use the same step. We erase it and then we write number 2 small at the top of the box. And then we can see that we also have 5 as this repeated number. We have 5 at the bottom, at the top, and now 5 must be in the middle. So we take a look at the column. We have 5 right here in the middle and then 5 right here in the first row, in the first column. So we erase the 5 that have already exist in that column. So now we are left with number 5 at the third column. So actually in Sudoku, you need to look for the most repeated number in each row of the box, scan the most repeated number in each column of the box, fulfill the number 1 until 9 in each row or column, and work with the most filled column, row, and also box. Lastly, you repeat the same step to achieve your final answers. So, in the past 14 weeks, this course has focused on three core components, which are problem solving, logical thinking, and mathematical thinking. Each component has significantly enhanced my analytical skill, fostered creativity, and prepared me to approach challenges systematically. Through this reflection, I aim to share my understanding of the course, insight that I gain, real life applications, critical analysis, and also concluding my thought on its impact. To begin, the course has provided a comprehensive foundation in understanding various problem solving strategies. I explore systematic approaches such as hypothesis testing, pattern recognition, and logical deduction. A key takeaway was learning how to break down complex problems into smaller, manageable components, which allowed me to approach them with clarity and precision. For instance, when analyzing advanced Sudoku puzzle, I was able to identify and apply logical sequences to arrive at solution efficiently. I apply systematic analysis to explore possibilities and ensure accuracy in my approach. This framework enabled me to combine mathematical thinking and logical deduction effectively, not only in the classroom, but also in practical scenarios. A key insight I gained from the course is the importance of persistence and adaptability in tackling challenges. Not every problem has an immediate or obvious solution, and exploring multiple perspectives often leads to breakthrough. I also realized that creativity is just as critical as logic when approaching unique or complex situations. Additionally, I have come to appreciate the importance of analytical thinking and creativity in finding innovative solutions. These insights have not only improved my problem solving skill, but have also transformed the way I perceive challenges in both academic and personal contexts. The skills acquired in this course extend far beyond theoretical concepts. The practical application of the skills I developed in this course has been profound. For example, during the planning of a university event, I use logical thinking to allocate resources effectively and manage the event timeline, ensuring a successful outcome. In managing my personal finances, mathematical thinking enabled me to track expenses, optimize my budget, and achieve financial stability. Additionally, in group project, I apply structured problem-solving techniques to identify key issues, suggest actionable solution, and foster productive collaboration. This experience has demonstrated the real-world value of the course content. Similarly, in daily life, I now approach decisions such as planning or resource allocation with a more methodical and analytical perspective. While the course had numerous strengths, there were areas for improvement. One of its major strengths was the emphasis of foundational skills in problem solving, logical reasoning, and mathematical thinking, reinforced by practical examples such as puzzles and structured exercises. Furthermore, reflective tasks encourage self assessment and continuous improvement, making the learning experience more impactful. However, I believe the course could be enhanced by incorporating more collaborative activities such as group problem solving sessions to strengthen teamwork and communication skills. Additionally, providing opportunity for collaborative problem solving with peers might foster a richer exchange of ideas and improve our ability to tackle problems from multiple perspectives. So, in conclusion, this problem solving course has been an invaluable experience that has significantly enriched my academic and personal growth. By focusing on problem solving, logical thinking, and mathematical thinking, I have developed essential skills that are applicable to a wide range of challenges. This competency will undoubtedly serve me well in my future endeavors. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening.